One of my students, who was always in a good mood, came into the class looking very down. She was not acting her usual self. I had to get onto her several times for being on her phone, again, very unlike her. She asked if she could speak to me in the hallway. Kid, I'm sorry for being in such a bad mood today. Can I tell you why? Me, of course. Kid proceeds to take her cardigan off. She had a tank top on underneath, and showed me welts that she had gotten the night before from her mother beating her with an electric cord. She says, "My mother beat me for no reason last night, and I don't know what to do." Sadly, it was not the first time I had to report. Holy shit. That's just horrible. I'm glad the student felt comfortable telling you what was wrong though. Student. Mary won't be here today, her mom died last night. Me. Wait, didn't her dad pass away a few weeks ago? Student. Yes. Both parents died suddenly within a few weeks of each other from different medical conditions. Having lost both of my parents, I don't think there are words to describe how much it fucked me up. My mom died right before I started my senior year of high school. Dad died about a month after I graduated. Already had mental health problems, which have only gotten worse and worse as time has passed. 4 years later I'm still trying to learn how to cope with the fact that I'm basically all alone in the world. They were basically my only family, so if I disappeared or killed myself I don't think anyone would even notice. Edit. I just wanna say thank you to everyone for the positivity. I'm fine most days, but I've been in a bit of a dark spot the last couple days, and seeing all the positivity and kindness really helped. You're all amazing. Edit 2. I'm aware that my comment might insinuate that I'm suicidal. I just want people to know that I'm not. I get those thoughts every now and then, but I know it's all in my head, and I'm not gonna act on it. I made 3 attempts in the past, and none of them worked, so obviously I'm here for some reason. Just haven't figured out what it is quite yet. Can you be my mom? 15 years old, totally serious. This is my real family. Different student referring to the teachers and friends at school. I don't deserve this, teen when given a sweater on a very cold day. I hear a lot of this stuff. I wish there was so much more I could do. Friend of mine adopted a student when he turned 18 because his parents abandoned him for being gay. They make a happy dorky little family. They always got along well, she had a soft spot for him, and he has somewhere to go on school breaks. I had a student that frequently lingered in my classroom after school. She often looked ill and was always very weird. One day she opened up to me and said that her mother and her live-in boyfriend shot up heroin every night. I told my principal after she spoke to me, and she informed that CPS was already involved. A few days later the same girl told me that her mom and boyfriend would shoot her up with heroin and tell her that she couldn't tell anyone they were still doing it because she would get in trouble for doing it too. She asked me to keep it a secret, which I obviously couldn't because she was worried she'd get arrested for drug use. She no longer lives at home, thankfully. Thank you for getting her out of there! The mom and her BF are deranged for giving a kid heroin to keep her quiet. Here, https://youtube.b/wsx3vln9uk is a case out of the Cincinnati, area that's similar to this one, but 1 million times worse. 5-year-old preschool girl with 103-degree fever, sicker than sick. She begs the nurse, "Please don't send me home." She was allowed to sleep in the nurse's office until the end of the day. That was about 2.5 years ago. A few months later she was removed by CPS, and has been with a foster family, me, for nearly 2 years now. A real-life Mrs. Honey. Middle school, they went on a field trip yesterday, and one kid was sad because they wouldn't be at school so he wouldn't get lunch. They were fed at the field trip, but he was totally concerned that he wasn't going to get fed that day. Holy shit, this happened to me once. Went on a field trip in elementary, where we could either pack a lunch, or our parents could pay for a meal ticket for us. My mom said she would pay for it, but she forgot to, I guess. I sat at a table alone with no food until a teacher asked why, and then gave me a meal ticket for free. I just remembered that happened, man. Principal, to class on day 1. Kindergarten is not like preschool. Attendance matters. It's very important that you be here every day. Kindergartner. What if you have to get a blood transfusion? The principal sounds like a complete pompous ass. Middle school teacher of 9 years in a very poor district here. I have had students whose siblings died to gang shootings, cop shootings, have had homeless kids, a pregnant 7th grader in my class, and letters about molestation. I've had it all. A pregnant 7th grader? FKN hell, even though we were far from rich, I had such a sheltered life. I can't even fathom what a childhood would be like in some poor areas. I once had a student who was struggling to read, and he said to me, "MS Lupin, what's the point? I'm stupid." My son is 10 and in 4th grade. In Indiana, they have a law called inclusion, which puts special needs kids in regular classrooms. So in other words, there are no special education classes in elementary school. Anyway, my son was born 3 months premature and had 2 severe brain bleeds shortly after birth, causing cerebral palsy and mild retardation. He's a smart kid considering everything, but he's really struggling to read and can't do any of his 4th grade school work. He has an IEP, and basically what he gets is 1 hour a day with a special teacher, who teaches him at his own level. 1 hour. The rest of the time, he's sitting in a 4th grade classroom with other 4th grade kids, who can read, do math, etc. He knows he should be able to do that stuff, too. It breaks my heart when he says he's stupid, and talks about how other kids can read, and he can't. His brother is in 2nd grade, and brings home straight A's, and I express how I am so proud of both of them. But he doesn't understand. Plus, the school refuses to put him on a different grading system so that he isn't constantly bringing home F's on school work in 1st grade. They had him on a pass/fail grade system, so as long as he tried his best, he would pass. Now they won't, because it's not fair to the other kids. Pisses me off, because it's not fair to my son that he started this life fighting for his life, and continues struggling every day. What's it matter to the other kids, if he gets a passing grade anyway? I told them he needs some positivity, because he gets depressed about it. At 10 years old, he gets depressed! Because of something he has no control over. Sorry for rambling. Your comment made me think of my son, and how sad it is to hear him say that, knowing he's come so far, and tries so hard, but he just simply doesn't have the capability. Me. So, what are you most looking forward to when you go to college? Student. Oh, I've never had my own bed to sleep in before. Me. That's more common than people think. I never had my own bed as a child either, had to share it with my brother till I was 11-12 years old, lol. Why aren't you dead yet, to like a 80-year-old music teacher? **edit. This was a 5th grade class **. WTF, that kid needs to be taught some manners. A 6-year-old preschool kid took my hand and wanted to show me something he had drawn. The drawing was in dark colors and sort of angry looking. He explained that he had drawn his heart, which was broken and hurting very bad. He said it wasn't any fun when his heart hurt like that. He was often being excluded from the group by his classmates, sometimes even bullied. He didn't have the social skills to communicate well with his friends, which led to him being very misunderstood even though he always meant well. My god. That kid may be depressed now, but holy moly, he's going to turn into a literature/artistical genius someday. What 6-year-old can think like that? I won't be in school tomorrow, I have court. I get to wear a pretty dress. Why are you going to court? Well, the judge has to decide whether or not I go back home to mommy and daddy or stay with grandma. Who would you rather be with? Probably grandma. Mommy and daddy never had any food in the house. She's 6. I sincerely hope she got to live with grandma.